So I've really wanted to try out some multi-lead colored pencils. So I picked up these Koh-I-Noor ones off of Amazon. They were about $13 for a set of 5, and I have been very, very excited to try these out. I've had these for a couple days now, and I've wanted to just rip them open and try them, but I told myself I'd do a video for them, so I've been holding on to them for that sake. But I was so excited to try these pencils. I've wanted to purchase pencils like these for a little while now. I always kept forgetting I wanted to buy them, so I never got around to it. But I remembered it the other day, and I kind of impulse bought these off of Amazon. Like I said, they were about $13 for 5, so that is pretty expensive. But honestly, I thought these would be cheaper, but this was like the cheapest ones I could find on Amazon. Actually, there were some that were even more expensive than this, and I was just like, oh my word. So I went ahead and I purchased these ones. I did Google them to see if I could find any of them, really. I wasn't super particular about this brand. This was just a cheaper option for me. So I Googled like multi-lead colored pencils, and Target had the same exact brand, but they were like the same price. So I just ordered them off of Amazon for the sake that I would not have to leave my house and go to Target and find out like they weren't in stock or something, because that happens to me. But yeah, purchased these guys off of Amazon, and like I said, and like you can probably see, it comes in a pack of 5. I almost said 4. It comes in a pack of 5. And so the colors are Original, America, Neon, Fire, and Tropical. And what's really weird about these pencils is they don't have anything on the actual like length of the pencil that differentiates which colors are which. It's pretty easy to deduce like which ones are which based off of simply what they look like and what color leads are in them, but they don't actually say which ones are which on the actual pencil, so I thought that was kind of weird, but that's not really a problem for me at all, so not gonna worry about that one. But these pencils were so much fun to play with, because they do have multiple colored leads and they're all like mixed together. It's not very practical to do illustrations, like big illustrations or any kind of detailed illustration, in my opinion at least, with these, solely because it's kind of random what color is going to end up being put out. I'm sure there's a way to like get used to which colors go where and paying attention to what part of the pencil you're actually putting up against the paper, but for the sake of my sanity and my lack of patience, I will never use these pencils in that way. It's more of a you get what you get. So the only thing I was not a fan of with these pencils is every single pencil except for the America colored one, which is just red, white, and blue. All the other pencils, they do have yellow in them, and especially the neon pencil, it's kind of hard to see that. So like some of them with yellow aren't too bad, but I really was not a fan of any of the yellow that was swirled in with the pencils. And more so, the red, white, and blue one obviously has white in it, and if you're using a cream colored paper like I use, or like a white colored paper like I normally use, you won't be able to see that white. I'm sure these pencils would actually, all of them, look really cool on toned paper, or if you had like black paper or something, these would probably pop on there really, really well. But I don't. I think I have one toned sketchbook, but it's like half filled and buried under my bed from a long time ago. I don't have any toned paper. And I don't really want to use toned paper, because that means I have to start another sketchbook. But I did have a lot of fun playing with these. I went ahead and I just did some gestures and anatomy practice with these guys. I wasn't putting too much thought into it, and I was obviously trying to copy the pose, but some of them don't look anywhere similar to the pose, so we did our best. Not really. It was just quick practices. That's mainly what I bought these pencils for, was to do things like this, because like I said, I feel like it would be kind of difficult to do finished pieces with these. I'm sure it's possible, but not for me. I did buy these with the intention of doing just like anatomy practice, because normally I use the Zebra mild liner highlighters for anatomy practice, which they work perfect. I don't feel bad about using them because they are pretty cheap supplies, and they do give a really pretty finished look to it in my sketchbook, so that's not something I'm worried about using. But from basically the moment I started thinking about these pencils, I was like, those look so much fun, what can I do with them? And obviously anatomy practice is something I thought would be really cool to do with them, just because it makes it look more colorful and interesting, especially in a sketchbook. Like, I don't think other people, when they practice anatomy, looks boring, but when I do, I think it does. And most of these weren't necessarily about anatomy. Something I've been doing lately too is just trying to draw clothes on people. Not that I just like sit around all day drawing naked people, but like it's nice to draw clothed models from reference so you kind of get an idea of how clothing works, because I lack that skill. But these were definitely a lot of fun to play with. I would 10 out of 10 recommend them to anyone. I know they're kind of pricey, and they're not something like I feel like most people would carry around and consistently use all the time with their art, but they were a lot of fun to play with. I really liked I think it's the tropical one. It's the one that's like purple, yellow, and green, I think? Purple, yellow, and blue? I don't remember. I really liked one of these. I liked all of them, honestly. I thought I wouldn't like the America one at all because I thought it was kind of silly how it was just like red, white, and blue pencil. But that honestly is probably in my like top 2 of these pencils. I thought that one was actually really fun. It just sort of ended up swirling into like a mixture of the red and blue at the end and turned into this really pretty like purplish red color. So I really liked how that pencil looked. But I would really recommend these pencils if you want to try them out. They're a lot of fun to play with. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.